Good day everyone, back with some more FGO after a bit of a break. Well, not so much break as much as nothing really worth streaming here on our alt account. As you can see, the class specific summon campaign has started, and as I mentioned before, it's a great opportunity to fill out your roster with some units you might need. Specifically, some nice things to do is to roll on caster and try to get a copy or two of Asclepius, which is what we'll be doing here. But if there are any story locked 3 stars, it's also a good opportunity to get those. So you want more copies of Bedivere or Tiger or the like. Extra class is actually not terrible just to roll on in general, because well, for one, he's actually not very spectacular, unfortunately, but Salieri is the only 3-star available on the extra banner, so any 3-star servant you get is guaranteed to get him. He is the easiest 3-star servant to MP5, easy as, but there just aren't many servants in general on this banner. Let's see, these are archers, lancers, riders. Okay, as you can see, the extra class, these are every servant, every gold servant that appears. So 3 4-stars. You've got Gorgon as a really solid Buster AoE Avenger. You've got Astraea, who is an amazing single target arts ruler. Got a Hessian Lobo, who's a single target, I think he's quick, Avenger. They can also remove buffs, so he's actually fairly handy in that regard. And then you have 3 5-stars. Jeanne is always pretty decent. She's very defensive, as you would expect. Can you slap air mash and like Lon Ling or somebody on a team, and you're nigh unkillable, especially if it's an arch team. I actually don't know much about Jinaka, unfortunately, but I think she's fairly solid. I wouldn't swear to that though, but from what I recall hearing from others, she's pretty solid. And Sidonai is very useful alter ego, so she can handle berserkers, assassins, riders and casters in mixed nodes pretty easily. She's pretty decent at soloing. She's got a nice kit, especially if you can get her skills up. Unfortunately, ours is still stuck at 111 for skills because just how many casters we need to raise, and she takes both caster and berserker mats, so that's a bit of a shame. But generally, so you get a 4-star, it's one of these 3. You get a 5-star, it's one of these 3. So the extra banner, if you happen to need any of these classes, can be really handy to roll on. And then the caster banner, of course, and that's the one we're going to be taking a swing at. We obviously don't have a great deal of courts or tickets or anything, but we'll hope Snake Dock is nice to us. Let's see how we go. Just a crawl distance, that's unlucky. Well, here's a servant. Mephisto. Now, there are 9 3-star caster servants, so you only have a 1 in 9 shot when you get a 3-star servant, a rare servant, might as well call them that, of it being Asclepius, so Castico, that's not bad actually. You can go pretty well as your DPS caster. We'll throw an 11 summon out. I get this craft essence quite often on accounts, but for some reason I always just completely erase it from memory of what it actually does. VC Brawn. The VC Brawn's pretty good if you have a way of making the enemy kill him. So you have a taunt C, which is pretty much poster girl. Unfortunately, it's limited 5-star craft essence, and we're already past the last chance banner for it, and it's not been rated up again from here until current day JP. So that's a shame. Paracelsus. Come on, Snake Doc. Be kind to us. Fortunately, we're getting a lot of craft essences instead of servants. It's not what we would like to see. Divine Banquet. Another sea. Bugger. Here's at least a servant. That's the worst one. Oh, there's a... yeah, he's story locked, I forgot. That weirdo's story locked. What in the world? I always forget what Vermin does as well. This sea seems to like us quite a bit. Can't believe it's rated up. Yeah, we don't care. You're gonna be a man in prison. What do you do again? Oh, right. Sort of a 4-star version of Prisma Cosmos. And you, yeah, just a HP up, so big dud there. Let's give it another go. Come on, Asclepius. Be a lad. Oh. Rainbow. Caster Girl. Okay. That's the 4th Caster Girl I've gotten over 2 different accounts in a. It's kind of funny. Oh, come on. We're the servants. There's an equal chance of a 3-star craft essence in a 3-star servant. We're missing a whole lot of coin flips. A whole lot of coin flips. This is actually rigged. Eudoji example. Could be worse, I suppose. Ah, the cliche. The infamous Mapo Torfer. Well, there's a servant at least. Babbage. Babbage is your other choice for solid DPS caster. Well, he will be once he gets buffed in the future. He actually becomes really strong. But just like Castaku, he's AoE. Castigal actually worked pretty well with Cedar Knight because he's good with arts crit servants because of his fierce skill. Well, he boosts attack, arts, and doubles everyone's star drop rate, so he actually gets a buff to his MP in the future, so he'll start doing RK damage. Mateo. Shame they haven't fixed her yet. They instead want to give Mephisto a random buff that has nothing to do with his niche. Oh bugger. We're going to get unlucky and miss Asclepius, aren't we? Come on. I think we only have Hohenheim with MP5, even before we started rolling here. So Star Gather 8C, I think. I feel like I'm pretty sure it's something that's not particularly RD. We're just becoming sad now. You're joking. I think I've gotten every rare caster except Asclepius at this point. Oh no. There's another meme, Craft Essence. What on there? Oh, that's the one that's like when it's MLB, it's like an 8% or 10% up to all 3 card types. I think that's that one. I won't swear to it though. It's quite the dud. Oh, we're getting some rare prisms, or not rare prisms, but mana prisms, at least, I suppose, or rather, fuel for sea bombs. I'd much rather go in the snake dock, but you win some, you lose some. Maybe. Another caster coup. Okay. That should be MP4. So that's good. Now finally we can get Snake Dog. Fiji Bomb. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only 3-star caster. We haven't gotten a single copy yet. Babbage again. Battle of Camelot. Always need more copies of that. Well, for a bit at least. Beasto. He was the first one we got when we started rolling, I think. Okay. Let's ascertain the damage here. Okay, MP4. Guess we'll actually start leveling him now. Yeah, you're going in the ditch, mate. Going in the ditch. Alright. I think we have 5 more rolls we can do. So let's cross your fingers. There. You didn't cross them hard enough. Okay. Come on, Snake Doctor. Two more shots. There goes nothing. Oh, it is at least a servant. That really is a shame. Really is a shame. Bunch of silvers, so it's not much levels, but it's a start. Okay, see if we can't do a wee bit of Camelot, I suppose. Well, actually, there are limited time quests available for this week, where you basically complete 1 daily quest per day and you get a quote-unquote free 5-star ember. So if you want your 5-star embers, which are worth 3 of the 4-star ones, you can do that. We'll hold off on that for the moment. What do we want to do? This is fine. Assassination here is unfortunately the reason I haven't went ahead and leveled her to 60 is because she won't be able to go past that. Okay, to better word it, the reason I haven't went ahead and rushed to level her or put a priority on it is because she's not going to be able to go past that for the foreseeable future anyway, because she needs embodiment of remnant mats to continue ascending, and we're a very, very long way away from that, unfortunately. Okay, I'm pretty sure the saber is in the back line, in the very final wave. The 3 archers, that'll be 3 gazer enemies in wave 1, if I recall correctly. Which means, and then this. What is that? Actually don't recall. Don't think she'll be particularly useful here. Oh, one thing I did off stream is leveling us some supports. So David's got his 3rd skill, his charisma. Unfortunately, so one of your highest priorities, if not your actual highest priority skill leveling wise, should be to get this skill to 10. Unfortunately, we just don't have the mats for it. We actually have the hero proofs because he needs 36 of them. But he needs 15 or 16 octuplet crystals as well, and that's where we're in a bind, unfortunately. But as soon as we can get those buggers, he'll go on up to 10. As for his charisma, I just slap some levels on that. It's just to increase the attack up. This is the biggest priority, to get that skill cooldown as low as you can get it. Don't think there's particularly anything else that's happened. So Gong is just, out of he and Shakespeare, Gong's just better overall as a support. He has a taunt. Nice defense up, as well as increase MP gauge. The MP gauge does not scale as well, so even at level 1, it gets full efficiency. It's just a 10% battery, but any is better, and it's AoE, so it helps everyone a bit. And then this is the big one. Big buster up. It's larger than Shakespeare's because it goes to 50% instead of 40. And gets some extra effects for berserker enemies. Making them hit like a truck for a turn with their crits, and juices up their max HP for a turn, which is effectively a heal. Whereas Shakespeare is a one-turn buster up, or this buster up is also a one turn as well. It's just all the other effects, a little bit of defensiveness, decrease crit rate for the enemies, and provide a taunt. And then his MP as well. There are lots of shenanigans you can do with that, with cycling supports just to buff stack. That's not really things that a newer account like this one will be able to get into very much, though. Shakespeare, though, can be handy because his Buster up, which is the only skill you need to level on him, is initially unlocked. You can use a level 1 Shakespeare and level this bugger up and use him as a Buster support. However, his third skill is really handy because it is a targetable 20% MP battery. So he's definitely not useless. Just if you're hard pressed to level one or the other as the big Buster support, Shingon, it's a bit more bang for your buck. Plus we have Heracles, and he'll work really well with him because Berserker, big Buster Berserker. And then Mozart works with everybody because, well, he's a big art support. But once this is fully ranked up to 10, it's a guaranteed crit turn, which works for, again, anyone, arts or otherwise. And of course we have Hans as a general support. Getting these two to like 6 is quite fine. This one though, we'd like to get up to 10. But similarly to David, it's just the mats he needs are so bloody common. In this case, Hans needs Voidas and Horseshoes, which the Horseshoes of which Ushi also needs. So that's a bit of a thing. But we'll be working on that. Did get Robin all the way up to 70. Could level his skills, but I'm prioritizing David when it comes to archer stuff at the moment. So it doesn't really affect all that much. We also have Jolta here, that also works well with Qinggong. If we could get some more copies of St. George and actually start leveling the MP5 version of St. George, because it's handy to have him. Well, it's good to have he and Leonidas at level 1, or versions of them at level 1, just for soloing shenanigans. But if you actually properly level him and work on his skills a bit, especially his first skill, then he can protect your team by absorbing all the damage for several turns, leaving you free to waylay on the enemy. Almost forgotten what I was doing here. Guess we'll throw David up here. Slap a little 3-star craft essence on him. Speaking of, still amusing me, we got 3 of these bloody things. Okay, that's Camelot. Now, as you're going to see here, Camelot nodes are just a bit different than nodes you've been seeing to this point, because even the fodder enemies are pretty stout. This is wave 1. They're already nearly 60k out. Now, despite being archers, these are a bit of a pain in the tail for Ku, just because they can give themselves sure hit, but taking the time to do that burns up one of their actions, so it's actually okay if they want to waste time doing it. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this before, but Heracles, we've gotten his skills old at 6. When it comes time to get past this though, taking him beyond 6, you want to level the, I'd say focus the evade and get it to 10, because the way the cooldown works out, so it'll go down to 6 turns instead of 7, and before you burn through all your gut stats, you'll have a chance of it coming up and getting an extra turn of survival out of it. Is the way it often can work out with Heracles solos. Either way, you want to get him to 10, 10, 10 as quickly as you can, or as you can. But getting them all to 6 is a good start. Also, Ku is finally, I'm shocked they didn't, he's finally MP2, so he's starting to hit a lot harder now. Unfortunately, still on MP5, but it was just, I think it was yesterday, on the 3 of the daily FP10 roll, where he finally came along, the bugger. Ha. Now, as these little buggers are archers, as you can see, they have very low. Oi, oi. It's a very sizable heal on a short cooldown, but it takes 10% of the MP gauge. That's why it's really nice to have it, the MP2 at least. Of course, Fess is a mad lad, has an MP5. Lad's a trooper. This is clearly a bit of overkill here. But get Ku some extra charge. Ah. You stop critting. It's all the same to you. Ah, this is a bit sketchy. Just have to hope. Wow, there's no way unless she gets all of the crits, which she didn't do. Alright, that's ARE. It's not aware of that. How long has the ban last? 10 turns. Mercy. That's go ahead and remove that off of here. Shame Heracles is probably going to bite it to this probably, but them's the brakes. Oh, it's 200 damage a turn. That's nothing. Alright, these buggers. Again, this is a really good skill to get to 10. Like, rush this to 6 as soon as you can and get it up to 10. It's beautiful. Alright, alright. FGO had his upgrade to this. I know. Maybe I'll instant kill. That'd be nice. I'm not gonna hold my breath though. No. Wow. That did a bit more damage than I expected. We take those. So long, brave soldier. You know, right? Calculated, because the final boss is Archer. Or bloody Saber, which archers will be. That make me sad sometimes. Will be strong against. There's no. There we go. Get used to these enemies. You're going to be seeing a lot of them. And they come in more flavours than just Saber. Saber's the majority of them. I don't know if I'd say that. Well, they're all going to be night classes, at least. So, again, get used to them. Fortunately, Ku is a bit so early, but no worries. Because again, she's in B5. Now, she doesn't have to be in B5 to do that kind of nonsense either, though. She's stout. Her being higher than MP1 though. If you like, Knights of the Round, you're going to loathe this particular mat. You're going to absolutely hate it. It's going to give you the big sad. And we actually have another big fight. Where Professor show off again. I'll leave David here for an emergency. Actually, to give Oshi a go. Have you noticed we've been grailing her? Her max level's currently 80, but which is why she's gold now instead of silver. But we're waiting on the event to start so we can actually start getting all the embers and the light to level her on up. Should be starting here in about a week, around about, something like that. God, what are events? Ah, chimeras. Right. These two actually work well together because of that buff success rate up. Because now, well, for one, it's an ARE battery, and it's also a buff success rate up. In fact, if we had this at 10, she would already have her MP. We'd be ready to go. But here's the big reason this is so good. That is a very large attack and defense increase. Very large. So we're just going to go all out here. Looking forward to this being buffed here in the future. I don't want to do this. It's fine. Yeah, getting Imperial Privilege to actually proc is very lovely. Because it's like a 44... I think his is like 44%. It's around 40% up in attack and defense. It's pretty mad. Pretty mad. He also gets a large heal from it. Ozymandias is a very strong servant, both lore wise and gameplay wise. So if he happens to spook you, you can have a nice smile about it, unless you just hate him for some reason. Also, he has a nice charisma. So he actually has... He's already this strong. And he's going to get a buff to this skill. And an MP buff. Both of which are just ludicrous. It's kind of appropriate for using Ozymandias here, considering he's the lad that sent these buggers out. That's just not very nice. What did Lucy do to you? Could have just used an arts chain there, but shouldn't be needed. Sphinxes drop these scarabs, which I think Cedar 9 needs. This is why we have so many of them, because I bought them from the vet shop. But random drops. Nice great knight metals. As we're a nice DPS caster would be quite handy. Fortunately, we haven't really been able to get to leveling them yet. After we clear this singularity, we'll be able to do her MP upgrade, which will be very nice. Very nice. I suppose I could have sent her unlock this already. We slap imaginary number on it. She might be able to MP 10-1. Oh, we'll use this coup though for kicks and giggles. It's pretty nice, we got him in MP4. It's just a grind shame about Asclepius. Alright, so away he goes. Okay. Protection from arrows is always very nice. Just get a bit silly with it. Catch an MP challenge. Not getting any narrow cards. It's about what I expected. So, just going to do this and try to get a wee bit of stars. She has a 50% battery, so there's no real need to worry about MP gain on her. Caster Nero is a really good unit, so if you like Umu, you should definitely think about giving her a role when she comes back. Thankfully, she actually does get banners in the future, still. I wouldn't count on getting them very often, but she does get them. Should have put Cruz first. Silly me. Actually, never mind, it doesn't matter. Wow. Oh. This is grossly overkill, but so if you could stop critting, that'd be nice. Be great. And fuck it's why I casted that. Pretty garbo at the moment. Also, good news, if you like Castiku, these dreadful day one animations he will not be saddled with forever. He does get an animation update. It was recently in JP, but they have been making a habit of sometimes giving global animation updates early. In fact, we probably would have got Gilgamesh's animation update, which is coming in this next event. We probably would have already gotten that if there wasn't a joke in the very event about him having old animations. So if it wasn't for that silly joke, we might have already gotten it. Because we got Maryland's quite a bit earlier than we were supposed to, for example. Same with Uriel and Steno. Quite early. Alright. Why won't you come to our summons, Arsico? Make me sad. Okay, so Samumu, 50% MP battery, and if her health is below 50%, she gets quite a bit extra MP gain. Her middle skill is a large attacker and defense up to 3 turns, and negates defensive disadvantage due to class attribute. So basically riders will be doing neutral damage to her instead of double. And berserkers will be doing regular damage to her as well, and alter egos as well. And then she has a nice guts that also, it's targetable by the way, that also juices up the attack for 3 turns. So she's quite survivable, has a nice battery, lots of attack up. She's AoE buster. She gives herself a couple, MP strength up and the like. At the beginning of AMP, so she actually hits pretty hard, even as AoE. Yeah, she ignores invul, increases her MP strength. Just a really good unit. Fortunately, this is a 1-turn evade, so, and we don't have any ignore invul. She hits. I don't think. No. What do you have equipped? No. So we'll just do this, I guess. Don't be game. You didn't create Digiku. You. That went very nice. Alright. Clever girl. She spammed it. waste the evade on Ku, but not what we can do about it. So yeah, this is a little bit of an issue you can run into when the enemy has an evade skill like this, because the enemy doesn't have cooldowns like you do. They can just keep going. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered, because again her MP will give her 110 of ignore invul. So we laugh at those. We laugh at your silly evades. Now come to Caldea, please. Bugger all. Just pick this single target assassin. We can't even get it. Wait a minute. Actually reminds me. I forgot to do our daily FB summon, didn't I? Oops. Let's go ahead and do that. As a dud. We're also open for other copies of Hans, because he's still at MP2. Never lucky. This is a bit of a bugaboo of a node. Where did you come from? I don't recall you. Huh. So, see the nice find against these three, it's just the Lancer that's the issue. What would the Lancer be? I'll say it's fine, because I can't be bothered to look it up. Feeling quite lazy today. Oh, right, yes. I remember now. That was lucky. There's more of those. Go and get her evade going. Just gonna tick of it. Ditto for Chelsea. Sure, we'll do this. Oi, did you have to crit? Did you really? Did I give you the warm and fuzzies? I'm not sure what to do. Maybe in this quickly. Okay. Incidentally, if we didn't have Heracles, sorry, I didn't have to burn all my Berserker stuff on him. It's a very good idea to level Jolta's skills, because her mats are actually really nice. They're really easy, and she gets a lot of she gets a great performance boost out of getting them up. So she's definitely one to keep an eye out on doing that for. I didn't crit. Never lucky. Boy. Come now. You're just being snarky now. Well, we have access to all 3 MPs now. Let's protect her just in case. So I'm going to do this. We're going to give her an all spray chain. Yeah, I didn't think that would kill. Her damage up skills all went the way of the dodo at this point, unfortunately. She looped there. Bit awkward, but a loop nonetheless. Okay. I'm going to say the 70% crit is going to hit, because that would make me feel better about myself. Okay, there we go. Sometimes lucky. Ah. Now here is where it gets real, as they say. Alright, I'm actually going to do this. Just to hopefully help them a bit. Of course. Going to do that. Okay, both of them didn't live, so that's good to know. Not bad, not bad. Oh no, please no. Bit of overkill on the cooldown, but good, she got the attacker. That's all we really needed. Oh, cared to acquire. Okay, it should hopefully do it. She's as juiced up as she can be using her own buffs at skill level 1 across the board. Good, good. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of that. Now, the good thing about void dust is you're going to get a lot of it when you go through Babylonia. I mean, you get a lot of it. Well, I say a lot of it. It will seem a lot to you until you actually start using it, and you're like, oh, that was enough for like 1.5 skills. Oops. So do be wary of that. What on earth is this fight? I am completely drawing a blank. Huh. Well, it's only it's probably going to be a Sphinx all alone, so we'll slide Bushi back out there. Yeah. Chunky Sphinx. Nothing much more than that. Let's go and do this as well. So how much do you want to buff your units? Yes. That wasn't too bad. More scares. This will be the. Wait a minute. Somebody's sleeping. Somebody's sleeping and haven't done that NP upgrade yet. It's a shame. Wait a minute. Anybody see a bit of a problem here? But why though? Throw a coup out there. Unfortunately, she's dead weight. You start leveling her sometime. Banana Lancer. Suppose we'll work on that. Oh, also fully ascended Lon Ling. I think I mentioned that before. Of course, we haven't actually leveled the bugger yet, all the way to 80. But we can soon. Who do I want to throw out here? Guess her again. Well, hold on. There we go. And this is fine. I think we're a strange encounter with the starfish enemies. Stars is here. Really not certain why. Yeah, there they are. Really not sure why they popped up here in Camelot, considering they get a more proper introduction. Well, they fit in more with Babylonia, I feel, when they pop up there. Unless I'm just completely tripping here, and they don't, but I'm pretty sure they do. So these can be really annoying little buggers because they can super debuff your entire party with crit star gen down and MP gain down, and it's really annoying. Come on, Goo. You haven't been eating his Wheaties. Yeah, there it goes. It begins. That was just debuff resist down though. Not that terrible. But the bigger ones. They're like titled. There you go. That one will do that AoE. I'm pretty sure they do MP gain down as well. It may be a different variant of them, but they do both MP and star gain down. Frustrating. I think I just did it dumb. I thought I switched to the middle one. I didn't. Oops. So no one saw that. There we go, a crit. They do exist. But he doesn't like Jolter. That's fine, I'm sure she doesn't like you either. Who needs a MP battery? Who needs them? Here we go. after that, we fight another Sphinx. Probably. We had access to lots of MP charge. This would be handy to have because that does massive. It's an anti-caster CE. If only we could do this number solo with Aussie, but it's not to be. How close Heracles is getting to Born Date. It takes so long to. It's still going to take quite a while to get him on up to Born 10, but we are chipping away at it. Ozzy just really wants to perform well on this stream, apparently, because he keeps getting Brave Chains. We take those though, so it's fine. Sometimes life is pain. Sometimes everything hurts. You know, alright? Alright, you want to play like that? It's like though she take a whack at you. It's a little bit of damage, just a bit. Getting dangerously close to another monster level. That's pretty nice. Although this is supposed to be a short stream, because not feeling the best. But we'll see how we go. At some point or another, as we go along here, these things. So we've completely cleared the story in that node, obviously. So the free quest is available, but at some point in the game, they stop doing that, and free quests don't unlock until you complete the entire singularity or lost belt or what have you, which is a bit frustrating, but not sure why they did that. But it is something to keep in mind. It'll start happening. We have another St. Quartz summon, so let's go ahead and throw out. See if we can get Asclepius finally. Be nice. That's a C. Wow. One more summon will be the bonus. I think we can try to go that far. Perhaps. Do we have any? You just got all the good stuff, don't you? Sure. Sell the halls, there you go. Pretty nice. Let's get in a bit of support in there. Maybe. It's not the most amount of support we could give, but we'll give it a go. Because if I recall, we tango with Aussie here, hence the rider portion. Aussie and a bunch of Sphinxes. I think it's Sphinxes. Alright, it's a freeze. That's alright. It's always a difficult decision whether I should try to guarantee his buffs or her or hair buffs. But hair buffs only affect herself, whereas his affects everyone. Okay, do this. Nice attacker. Alrighty. That could have went better. Yeah, it's fine. I wonder, will he be able to kill the Ifrit with a buster? If he was a level 80, maybe. Well, if he was fired, maybe. But we're still newbie account, so we haven't been able to get enough fires yet. Yeah, there's all Aussie himself. It's a waste of a battery. So to heal. So she decreases the defense. So we'll different. Okay. Let's figure out which order I wanted to do the MPs in. Hers isn't going to get any benefit from the chain here beyond the defense down that Sidonai is going to give, but it's fine. Oh, I see. We have so many MP drain effects, it's actually pretty funny. Om nom. Let's go. This is the first person I've come across that actually uses a non-outfit. He's still standing. Look at the lad. Doesn't afraid of anything. Here's another thing. Enemies that have Imperial privilege can be a pain in the rear because they can spam it, and they seem to proc it a lot more often than you will. So to be prepared for that. One of those patients is going to go for her Moon Concert version when she drops next summer. Now that's actually a very, very, very good servant. She's so when it comes to the big universal farmers, when it comes to arts units, when Castoria drops next anniversary, number one is Astarte, just because of her nonsense. Her 50% battery can make up for any wonkiness when it comes to node structure. In case you didn't get enough refund. But number two on that list is Sama Kiara. When it comes to how to word this, or rather what word am I searching for now? How reliable she is at easily clearing and fully refunding each wave of a node. Yeah, so she'll be number two. And then number three is Samu Musashi. Her issue is actually lower damage than the other two, despite being a berserker. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of thing, those are the ones to keep an eye out for. Pick which one you like. If you want to do those kind of attempted 3-turn farming, loopy arts shenanigans. So this is these are those little bladed insect things. And that's a Spriggan, right? Is it a Spriggan or is it a Great Knight? Either way, it doesn't matter because it's a saber. Sure would be nice if we had Arsico to help beat down these buggers, but alas and alack, we don't. We do have Samoushi though. Terribly gimped Samoushi, but she tries. Eye as well, but she'll be useless against the Spriggan. I'll say this is fine. We're getting there on our battery. Slowly. Okay, okay. Probably could have. No, we're good to go. You're joking. That's probably a damage roll. Actual trolling. That's a remarkable amount of stars for that. Okay, so she should easily wipe these buggers. Should go and get MP for Senior Spriggan in Barkway. Bet you didn't know Spriggans were from Spain. Okay. Oh, this is tempting. Those loops though. How about those? Boy. I appreciate your crits, you wanker. Yeah. We're just bullying now. Easy to loop again. If the MP didn't kill. Which, as you can see, it did. 60% refund off of that. Spratori is kind of a good servant, as it turns out. Who knew? Alright, the little bladed insects can drop the feathers, the phoenix feathers. You know, they have nothing to do with the phoenix. Besides just being killed by one, I suppose. Wait a bloody minute, is this the same fight pretty much? I bet it is. Wow. The Revenge, Part 2, The Reckoning, The Revival. Oh, okay. Guess they switched up the riders a bit. Finally. This is majorly overkill, but Oh, you're joking. Alright, alright. Yeah, it's fairly unexpected. If only I had given him more levels. If only. Okay, that was 10-6, so hopefully she gets her arts cards again this time. She got one of them, it's fine. There's quite literally no difference between either of those quick cards. Loops for days. Rude. So Spriggans drop these, oh, well, they can drop these roots, but that one seemed to not want to, so what are you gonna do? Saint Quartz. There it was, Spirit Root. But again, no one bloody uses them, so it's unlikely you'll ever use the buggers. If I recall, here's where things start picking up more. Nose is starting to act out. It's no good. Luckily, we have access to lovely, well, two lovely DPS casters. One AoE and one single target. So we'll throw that out there. Let's use on some more. It's not like Castaku or Needlecleaves will provide much in the way of DPS. Unfortunately. Let's see, who do we want to? Right. I really want to slack this on. Guess here, it's fine. Doesn't particularly matter, I suppose. We'll go for the old Hans beatdown. How about it? Okay, he actually hit most of his buffs. Well, not on himself, but look at that. Hans DPS. Who knew? Never in doubt. This will drive this one. %, great missed. It's just, that's just cruel. Alright. Game's over anyway. Hans has an animation update coming as well, so that's pretty neat. They actually weren't lazy with it either, despite him being a bronze free-to-play character. Are these chains? Nidacris needs approximately all of them. So many chains. Okay, now I think this one, because I recall there being some pretty rough 2 waves and then a fairly tanky boss kind of shenanigans going on in these. So we're going to switch to single target. Sun Zong is very good. Very, very good. Oh, there's it. How about that? Suppose it wouldn't hurt to slap that out. There. Okay, who do I want to? No use in doing this yet because we don't actually have any crit stars to play with. You want to actually kill some of the ghosts. Come on, let's get some buffs. Wow. Wasn't the worst in the world. It's important to get the regen going because she's going to be losing 500 HP each turn because of Black Grail. So we want to make sure they didn't hurt us too bad. Whereas I could probably do this now. I'll take out the saddest one first. Good deal, good deal. Horns with the beatdown again. Ah yes, massive ghosts. Big pain in the rear. I don't want to waste the battery, it's just a 20% battery. Oh well. So this bug is going to be hitting an AoE, as one might expect, being a giant enemy. They have the lesser cousins MP drain ability as well, and they love to crit. So Sazong's fairly stout, if you didn't notice. Fairly stout indeed. Just a bit of damage. Just a little bit. Now the next fight, these are some voids us, just keep that a coming. Next fight, I think, is actually an easier version of that one, because, well, maybe I shouldn't say anything because my memory of this singularity isn't the best. It's been so long. But I'm pretty sure that massive ghost was followed up with something that has like a third of its HP as a boss. I wouldn't swear to that though, so we'll see. Okay, let's get her damage card. Or one of his buffs missed that time. It's no fun. This is a dreadful waste, but it does give us an arch chain. Doesn't particularly matter though, because Sonzong, if my memory is not failing me in this boss in the last wave, is a lot weaker than the last one. We've already seen what kind of damage Sonzong can do. So, Area NP is going to be in now. Okay, he's about half then. Easy as. And that should get us enough SQ for the Barnes summon. Yeah. Here, quite prepare is the wall that so many players smacked into back in the day and got stuck for a long time. Because that's where you meet a very cheeky boy. Alright, come on. Alright, another craft essence. Bugger all. Come on, come on. Well. Just wasn't meant to be. Just wasn't meant to be. We really did get quite unlucky. And the unluckiness continues. Don't suppose there was an attack for no HP. Don't want to. Yeah, all that isn't really enough for much of anything. Not even bother there. You know, since we can't really do solos anyway until Heracles gets his bond 10, then maybe we might want to just go ahead and start leveling George, since the game we can't really play around and have fun with solos at the moment. I'm really not a fan of this version of Blackbeard, but I'm keeping him. The other reason I kept a copy of him is because, I've mentioned this before, but it bears repeating, he gets an interlude at First Ascension and Bond 3? 2 or 3? I think it is. Well, he gets that little interlude that will give you quite a bit of forbidden pages, which is very handy when you're leveling so bloody many casters. So I guess we'll go ahead and start leveling. Just throw this on, just to move him on up the list. Oh, of course he gets it, super success. Why wouldn't he? And we'll even throw a bone to his skill, his fair skill a bit. I said we would. I'm completely out of rider. Oh, there he is. Wait a minute. Oh, she's past the... Yeah, she's past the blue gems. We just need the red ones. So we'll take it to level 3. This is the skill you want to focus on him, by the way. This fair skill. It's the most important one. Yeah, we're not going to use that because Ushi's our priority. But it's a star. Growth distance. I don't think I went through. Did I go through on this one? Well, for one, we can do this number. We now have a MLB version of Battle of Camelot. So when we're able to do solo shenanigans, that'll come in quite handy. And we've got a head start on our second copy, because again you need 2. So we just need 3 more copies, and then we'll be done with Battle of Camelot on this account. Just need 1 more copy of this. Now it's less pressing because we have some nice starting NPCs already. And then especially these 3. But it's still a handy thing to have. Just for team cost, if nothing else. Because it's still a lot cheaper than one of these, for example. While not provide, because they give 50% charge, starting charge, and this will start you at I think 40, but also gives you a decent amount of MP gain up as well. But it's again a lot cheaper, of course. But we need to slap on over to this. We don't want any of these. Okay, so this is necromancy, and it's sort of a meme because basically it's sort of a gutsy where guts has a certain percentage chance of proccing if whatever servant's equipped with this gets got, and that works every single time they lose all their health. There's a chance of it proccing a gut stack instead of them just dying, but it's all ING, so there'll be goofy YouTube videos you'll find of someone doing a solo with a servant that has no business soloing a particular fight, but they'll cheese it by using this and just keep resetting until it procs as many times as they need to just YOLO it down. So it's a bit silly like that. If you're into that sort of thing. Oh, well, that was nice. We take those. And then here's the other one. Another really nice one to grab, because this is starting NP and NP strength up. Let's actually see, do we have an MLB copy of that one? Or we only had the one copy of it until then. Good to know. Good thing I didn't go ahead and throw those into the bomb. Alright, so we're going to do a daily quest. We'll do this just to get some EXP. What's happening here? That was weird. Sure. Yeah, he's getting close to Bond 8. So it's on the horizon. It's really unlucky we haven't gotten enough foes to get him on up to 1,000 there. But it'll happen eventually. I don't want to slap here to gain Bond. It doesn't particularly matter. Alright, we need to get Bond on Mozart, probably. Wait. Actually, we don't. Oh, I'm silly. You don't need Bond for strengthenings, and we already did his strengthening. Strengthenings they just have to be final ascension. Castiku though, we could use. Whatever this is fine. Switch back over to this sense. Now, this Mystico is basically completely worthless to level. But we have nothing else to level Mystico, right? Why? So might as well. I didn't even look at our hands. Yeah, there's a waste. Let's go and do this. Gives a bit of protection. Triple Archer, All Riders. Very funny game, very funny. Game thinks it's cute. None of that. Should we go again? Damage water. At this point. 1% old. You're joking. Should have just kept the berserkers out here, honestly. Well, we got AMPs. That's the plan the entire time. Seriously, where the sabers? Come on, game. You're actually killing me. Next time I'll just... Again, I'll just use the bloody... I'll just use the bloody... berserkers. Come on. And you do 14k. If he was fired better, maybe. Well, not maybe, he would have. It was all just a jape. It was all a ploy to get his David Seguin skill back. We hustled them, that's what it was. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Saber. That's alright. That is alright. Never in doubt. There's a 310 if you squint and cut the amount of turns by it. 2/3. Also, cheeky thing, you get the blaze from there, and they send it here instead of just giving it to you directly. So don't be a dummy like me and sit around for like 10 minutes thinking, wait a minute, did I already use it? And then it was in the box the entire time. What was I even going to? Alright. So, who's she? There she is. And slap those on her. Well, there's A level. So I'll probably just do 2 more of these and switch over to my main. Use my AP on there for a bit. So yeah, that was a bit of an intro to Camelot. We didn't really get to the good stuff yet, but next time we actually play on Camelot. I'm still a bit hesitant to go too deep because our team is still a bit sketchy. Well, more than a bit sketchy. Save a lot of holes in the team, but especially this particular slot. Also need to remember I need to get here to 90 eventually. It's going to take quite a bit. As you can see, most of the 9 embers we gave Ushi, or 10 embers as it were, that we gave Ushi were rider embers, and it barely gave her a full level, even at level 75, so it really starts to pick up once you hit 80, go a bit higher. So yeah, I'm going to do a couple more runs of this, and not sure if I should. Oh, I guess that person was someone I'm following story-wise. That explains why I didn't remember seeing the MP5 Musashi, because it's been so long since we did any story on this account. Let's get Heracles back in here. This is fine. Now we get the sabers. Why do I even care if it's sabers? Or purely because I was setting up with archers, that's why. Don't talk to me or me son ever again. It's bloody team. Well, that happens. Wasn't focusing on David's cards and he still gets his MP somehow. What even is this world? Go, big pony. Smash. Three turns quicker. Sometimes you just gotta ooga booga with berserkers, mate. Okay, one more run. Salty run back. What's up, Chris? David, what are you doing, mate? David ate his Wheaties this morning, clearly. I think we somehow did it a turn quicker this time than we did last time. Funny how that works. Yeah, last time we did it in 6 turns, this time 5. There's a bomb level up. Castiku has, he should have an MP buff and a skilled buff, yeah, that we have access to. And he has yet another buff coming in the future, although it's a very particular one. Actually, if there was any consolation for us not getting Asclepius, it's at least we very nearly MP5'd Castiku, so this gives me an excuse to actually use him for once. Speaking of, we should probably be leveling him instead of Uchi. But I suppose it doesn't particularly matter. Actually, we'll go ahead and slap it on here instead, just because she at least gets bonus EXP from some of this, whereas he doesn't from any of it. That can also happen. How dire are my caster gems now? Yeah, that's That's about what I figured. Alright, the Lotto's coming up soon to save a bacon. I think after that, no. Okay, after this FP summon, we'll wrap up. Come on, give us something nice. Let it play it. A bloody CE, of course. RL. I think that about sums up this stream. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing a little preview of Camelot. It actually starts picking up from here. Of course, as you've seen, even the little fodder nodes are quite a bit stouter and more interesting than they used to be. You actually have to think a little, of course. They're still pretty manageable, just because of your support list is going to be full of maxed out servants. Unlike, say, when you were playing through here back in the day, but not a lot you can really do about that. Unless you intentionally set up an alt with a GIMP support list to use. Or you purely use story supports, which is not always the feasible thing for you to do, depending on how your own team's looking. But just picks up from here, and one of the biggest things Camelot introduces is, as you'll see, is boss gimmicks. So if you've noticed, when we've been doing event fights and the like, the bosses have often had special little gimmicks to them besides just a straight servant fight, 7v servant fight. And Camelot's when that started happening, they started doing that. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, that'll do it for this go around. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.